Humans, I am your herald of the god. Yeah, you look at it. Come here, look at it. I hurt my neck doing that, but you can look at it anyway. Yeah. Now look at me. Welcome back to the Culture Guys channel with your boy Mike. So it comes to no surprise, Sony, no surprise at all, that you have decided to end the Spider-Man spinoff villain universe. All right, coming here straight from The Wrap, a reputable source. Reputable sources say that let's see, Sony's line of Marvel films centered around Spider-Man universe characters. It continued this week. Of course, Kraven the Hunter released this week. I haven't seen it yet. I do plan on seeing it, even though all the reviews are saying that it's straight up trash. I have not seen one review so far, and I don't even watch full reviews on YouTube anymore. Typically, what I do is I might check one or two other ones that I trust, or the YouTube critics that I trust. And I might not even watch the whole video of theirs. I'll just check out the first like 20 seconds and see what they got to say to give me the vibes of, you know what I'm saying, if the movie's gonna be good or not. And then, but I'm gonna go see this shit anyway. If it falls under the category of comic book, superhero, anything superhero related, I'm in there, or supervillain. But anyway, yeah, the line of Marvel films centered around Spider-Man universe characters is going to end with Kraven the Hunter, basically. Let's see. It will also mark an ending of sorts for the Marvel Spider-Man spinoff universe. Let's see. A detailed report claims that compounded stumbles of Morbius, Madam Web, the Venom trilogy of diminishing returns, and we'll get to that in a second, and even all those bungled plans from the 2010s Amazing Spider-Man franchise are making Sony press pause on its attempt to build a separate Marvel franchise. Instead, it's being said that all efforts are now turning towards working with Marvel Studios to make Spider-Man 4 with Tom Holland. Why am I not surprised? Why am I not surprised? Well, because y'all probably don't know this, and maybe you forgot, but many moons ago, they announced that they were doing a Sinister Six movie. Now, if you are a Spider-Man fan or a comic book fan, you already know the Sinister Six would have been a great look for Spider-Man, for the whole Spider-Man universe. You know what I'm saying? It would have been a really good look. The cool thing about the Sinister Six is over the years, so if you don't know, the Sinister Six are 6 Spider-Man villains that come together as a team to try to take him out. And over the years, it's changed. You know what I'm saying? It started out with, Kraven and Vulture and Electro and Mysterio and Sandman. And then over the years, through the video games, through the cartoons, through the different movies, it kind of has changed off over time, right? So who knows what that Sinister Six would have looked like. But I will tell you this, man. Let me give you my quick thoughts right quick. First of all, Kraven is a flop. It's going to be a flop. No critic has said that it's good, and it's only the first week, which means that it's probably not going to have a lot of audience attendance going forward after this week. I'm going to go see it, like I said, because I love all this shit. I'm passionate about it. So just for my own chronicles, I'm going to go check it out. But Madam Web costs $100 million. So let me rewind here. This all started with Morbius, which flopped. It took $75 million to make, only made back like $167 million, y'all. That ain't good. When Marvel and the Avengers are putting up billion-dollar numbers, you know what I'm saying? It might take, $300, $400 million to make, or $200 million to make, but then they go on to make like close to $1 billion every time they release something. So it's not even close. Madam Web cost $100 million to make, only made back $100 million. So they broke even with Madam Web. And Madam Web was the most confusing, out of place Spider-Man character movie I have ever seen. It just didn't make sense. Why are we doing a Madam Web movie Why are we doing it already? Why are we doing when we haven't even established what the Spider-Man villains are gonna be moving forward? Like, it was just a shit show, man. I watched it anyway. The gods made me. They demanded it. Yeah, Morbius, the Venom movies. Now, the Venom movies did better. You know what I'm saying? The Venom movies actually, we all been waiting for Venom. I think he's the #1 most popular villain in the Spider-Man universe. So I know everybody was waiting for that Venom movie to come out. And it didn't disappoint. It was actually pretty good. The second movie wasn't as good. They tried to introduce Carnage. And we're going to get back to that in a second, too. And in the third movie I just saw, The Last Dance, was actually decent. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't better. It wasn't better than the first one. They had a lot they was throwing at you in that movie. And the reason why I didn't like it as much is because all the shit they were throwing at you means absolutely nothing in the grand scheme of the Spider-Man universe. So all these Easter eggs and these special characters and things that were popping up like, oh, wow. It was all like just fan service for us to go, oh, wow. You know what I'm saying? Damn, look at that. That's such and such and such. But we're never going to see them ever again. So, like, what was the point? You just wasted your budget. We move on. So they're focusing on Spider-Man 4 with Tom Holland, which they need to at this point. They're long overdue. They should have been doing it the whole time. But let me rewind. I don't think the movies were just the reason why I think they've stopped. Sony has said they're going to stop making any more Spider-Man film spin-off movies like Kraven and all these is because they just weren't that good, y'all. I'm gonna be real with you. The tone of the movies just weren't good. The action and the pacing reminds you of something like the early 2000s. You know what I'm saying? They're not doing anything revolutionary. At least Marvel, all their movies have different tones and different themes and shit to them. Like I've talked about this before in a couple of other videos, but whether it be like a detective type of movie or horror genre, whatever genre, it's pulling from a genre of movies to keep you interested, to keep to throw a little extra flavor on it. You know what I'm saying? Sony ain't doing none of that with none of these movies. They just bland ass. And then these are like villains that no one gives a fuck about except Venom. When they said they were gonna do a Morbius, I was like, that's interesting. Now, here's what they probably should have done. Okay, if you're still with me. They should have set up Sinister Six, is what they should have done. I said this a long time ago. They announced Sinister Six in 2016 that they were making a Sinister Six movie. Now, I thought that was a little bit of a rush when they probably should have done these individual villain movies. And by the way, Morbius and Kraven and Madam Web should not have been, other than Kraven, should not have been in the Sinister Six because that's not the original plans. We're talking Mysterio, Doc Ock, should have definitely been one. We've already had Michael Keaton in Vulture as Vulture. Sandman, Electro would have been Jamie Foxx, but Jamie Foxx is, that's a different universe. I think that was my man, and can't even think of his name in there, Garfield. We won't even worry about that. But they could have redid the Sinister Six and used, introduced Rhino. They could have redid brought Kingpin in. They could have definitely done a Doc Ock. They definitely could have brought back Vulture. You know what I'm saying? They could have done so many things with that. Mysterio would have been perfect. They already had Mysterio. They already had Vulture. They definitely had Doc Ock. You know what I'm saying? They could have done. That would have brought back some nostalgia from the early Spider-Man movies and set us up for a really dope team up of villains to take out Spider-Man. So that would have been 6 separate movies at least by now. And then that would have led up to Spider-Man 4, which would have been incredible. That would have been so fire, man, like when I first heard it. But now that's not even gonna happen because they fucked it up. Morbius could have been a 7th Spider-Man movie in the Sinister Six thing, and that could have brought back in Blade because Morbius is half vampire, and if you don't remember in the comics and in the cartoons, Blade spent half the time chasing around Morbius, you know what I'm saying, and vampires. That's why Blade was even in New York City in the first place in the Spider-Man world, you know what I'm saying, and they both are in the same city, so it just makes sense. But now that's not going to happen. And I don't know what's going on with Blade and Marvel and all that shit. Green Goblin would have been the other one. That's the other one I forgot. Green Goblin would have been great in the Sinister Six. They had it all set up and they fumbled the ball. They fumbled the bag really because between all, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Spider-Man movies that have come out so far with Venom and all them, they're not even going to crack $1 billion. Marvel drops one banger. It could be mid and they do close to $1 billion, if not $1 billion every time. So I'm not surprised Sony's giving up on the spinoff thing. Like I said, Kraven looks like it's going to be a failure, a big old F. I'm not surprised. And they do need to move on and focus on Tom Holland and this new Spider-Man and getting him integrated into the Marvel Universe for good, and introduce Sinister Six maybe at a later time, but with different characters. That's just my take on it. I got to get up out of here. The God said that I have to go. I got to get the gym. I'm trying to make some gains, you know what I'm saying? Also, vlog channel. I have another channel, but I'm going to start doing vlogs and posting on there soon, and some other interesting stuff. You guys can check that out. I'll be giving you guys the notification when that goes live. Hey, man, almost here. The new year is almost here, and I'm excited for what the new year brings. You know what I'm saying? I'll see y'all in the next video. You better pull up on me. Don't do it for me. Do it for the God.